Hello and welcome to another episode of Schnotzcast. Your hosts tonight, Bob, Cory, and Todd. Cory, how are you?
Oh, hello. I am fantastic.
What
sir.
part of hello did you interpret as being scream the answer into the microphone?
Oh, sorry. Oh, hello. Todd, how are you tonight, sir?
Cory, I am wicked pissa.
Oh, sounds
Bob,
like somebody
how you doing?
spent some time in Boston.
I'm wicked smart.
Well, Todd, we'll convene on that one later.
That's up for debate.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's got to go through.
Settle down, kid. Simmer down, kid.
That's got to go
Simmer
through.
down, kid.
That's got to go through our group vote before we can
Oh, yeah.
officially
for sure. Yeah.
officially say that on air.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Simmer down.
the advisory board
Simmer down.
of the Schnotzcast must rule on this for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. If you want to go back and watch or listen to any previous episodes, you can go anywhere you get a podcast, including YouTube. Go check us out there. Give us a like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. You can send us an email at schnotzcast@gmail.com with your existential questions or requests from Todd Dillon, the relationship doctor, for relationship advice.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
And we just saw his business
Lord.
card that says exactly that.
Yeah.
Love doctor.
And there's plenty of room to
HMF.
put Love Doctor anywhere on that card.
HMFIC. HMFIC is what it's got on there.
Oh, boys. Good to be back with you. How are you? What's going on?
I told you, I'm wicked pissa.
You are wicked pissa. Hey, just a quick,
Wicked
I guess,
pissa.
just to elongate housekeeping just for a second. Big shout out to Year of October. We interviewed them back in the end of April of this year when they came to Detroit and performed at the Lager House. And lo and behold, it's
Wait a second.
yeah.
Todd, they performed where, sir?
The Lager House.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Without any prompting, he got it.
Apparently.
Well done. Well done.
Should we just? So we got Todd for 1 hour. We're gonna go for 1 hour. Can we convene quickly the advisory board, the three-way advisory board, and make a ruling?
Okay,
here?
you're not smart, Bob. Sorry.
I don't know. Forget about me.
Okay.
It's not all about me, sweetheart. I would like Todd to talk in that Boston patois for the entire show.
No.
If you vote with me, that's 2-3. He has to do it.
No.
Come on, kid.
No, I can't do that to Todd.
God damn it. All right. Well,
Thanks,
whatever.
Cory.
You're
welcome, buddy.
I don't care about this show anymore. Now.
At least someone's looking out for you.
Jesus.
Yep.
Anyway, big shout out to Year of October. We finally here by the end of June have finished mastering. I'm calling it mastering because that's a cool term that people use.
Hey, we put a lot of work into it.
Mastering
the audio
what?
and
The Bastion?
The audio and the video for the interview, which is now available wherever you get a podcast, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else we can go. So if you have not listened to our previous interview with Year of October or you want to check them out as a band, definitely do that. And if you like what you hear, go check them out on Spotify and do a search for them on Bandcamp. You can pick up their merch and their vinyl and koozies and whatever the hell else you want to buy from them right there. So big shout out to them.
Yes, sir.
And you can check them out in karate forums, I heard, too.
They do karate?
No, he's a
Yeah.
karate.
Karate.
Which, that's how you say karate in Boston, is karate.
Karate. That's how you say it everywhere.
Speaking of which, Miss Lori, hello. Welcome to the show.
Lori
And she's voting with you that
Welcome.
she
wants
Votes
Todd to
for-
do the Boston
votes for
accent.
Boston.
Listen, if you had just sided with me, this would have been an automatic go. But
Lori, you have to join the panel and be on,
no,
be on
because
the show.
then it's going to be 2-2. Then there's an even number of people. That never works. It didn't work before.
Oh, maybe if Lori was here and
Now
said
we've
yes,
got
then,
an odd number.
Then I would have made Todd do it.
No, you're just being a bitch, and you're backing out of this vote.
I'm not back. I'm trying to look out
It's
for
too
Todd.
late.
Stop
Move
looking
on,
out for
Bob.
other people. Why? You
Move
could look out for
on.
me.
Move
All
on.
right. All right, boys. Todd, so
Yes, sir.
I've heard you spent a week in
Yes, sir.
Boston.
I
And,
did.
yeah,
I did.
for your new gig.
dude-
And how did it go?
The week with the company, awesome, but I had a little bit of a come to earth moment because I'd flown a little bit while I wasn't working, using miles, and ultimately I guess for the most part my miles the status kind of stuck with my miles. So I think most everywhere I flew first class, or at the very least kind of in the nicer seats. But for my first business trip booked through the corporate travel, yeah, I was placed in the regular kind of cattle seating, and
sitting back with the unwashed masses.
oh my goodness, to say the least. Lots of frickin' bare feet and things that disgust me. And then
wait, were the disgusting things, were they the people right next to you, or just things you witnessed while you walked all the way back to row 45?
Oh, it's all of the above. All of the above. A guy opened up a container, and I like red bell peppers and orange bell peppers and yellow bell peppers. A guy opened up a container of those, and it just reeked. And then I watched a guy eat for the entirety of a 6-hour flight, and it was disgusting.
Bell peppers don't have a scent to them.
Oh,
If
they do. They absolutely
let
do.
them to sit on the counter for like a month and a half, I'm sure
Well,
they
yeah.
probably wouldn't smell great.
I'm assuming he wasn't eating 6-month-old rotten bell peppers, though.
Could have been.
No, I think they were just sliced bell peppers, but they absolutely had a smell when they opened the container. They were already sliced, so yeah, the aroma came out, and I like them. I cook with them. I eat them raw, everything. But it just smelled disgusting, and trapped in a tube with 300 smelly other people.
Hey,
Peppers and smelly feet. Not a good combo.
It could have been an egg salad sandwich.
Oh
That's
my
true.
goodness.
Even
Oh my
a
goodness.
fresh
But get
egg salad
this.
sandwich would have made me retch.
Oh, I love egg salad.
Oh my god, I can't fucking stand it.
And I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I am a window guy. When I get on the plane, Bob, you know me. I like to get to the airport just in time to roll onto the plane and walk right to my seat. I don't like to be there any early, and I don't like to be rushing to be late.
Yeah.
I
You don't like to
right
play
on
in
the
those
time.
politics of like jockeying to get into the very tail end of the section before you, so you can be first in your section to get your bag in the overhead and sit down in your chair, only to get up when someone else comes in. But you get the window seat, so if you get to that row first, you're all good.
And I never have to move for the entirety of the flight. And no matter how long you fly, I don't get up to go to the bathroom. I don't. I mean, my drinking days in first class are long behind me. I sit there, chill, enjoy the silence, and try to enjoy the ride. Well, on this particular trip back, I got an aisle seat about midway back in the plane, and I knew this husband and wife couple come on, and I'm like, I got a sneaking suspicion that one of these motherfuckers is going to have to take a pee during the flight, and they're going to be freaking looking at me to get up in the middle of a movie. And it was like I could see the future. About 3 hours into the flight, the lady I could see her kind of peeking at me from the window, and so she's got to get up, dude. So I'm like, okay, so I get up, I leave my iPad in the seat because I got a movie going, and I get up and get out of the way. She wakes her husband up and then hands him like her food and 2 drinks, and he's like half asleep, and then he can't figure out whether to come towards me or go towards the bathroom, which means he'll be in her way because he's just totally out of it. And so there's a whole commotion, adding another 5 minutes to her getting out of the seat just to go to the bathroom. Then to make matters worse, Bob, after I have to get up, he then, not paying attention, reaches for the seat and almost knocks my iPad onto the floor from the top of the chair in front of me. And so I catch it, and he's like, oh, sorry. And then while he's like turns his attention back to see where his wife is at. And as he does that, he spills half of his pop and water onto my seat while he's
No, he didn't.
God damn.
He did.
Are you
And then he kind of
serious?
sloshes around with his hand and then looks at me. I'm like, dude, old Todd Dillon would have punched you right in the mouth.
His solution was to take his hand, which
Yes.
is very absorbent, and
Yes.
move the
Just
liquid
slosh
around
around
in
on
your
the
seat,
seat.
hoping that it would
Yep.
absorb into his fist.
Yes.
And then he gave you a look like, good? Good, you good, right?
No,
You
and
can
he
sit in
goes,
that.
he just goes, then he's realized he just sloshed it around. He was making no headway. He just goes, sorry.
What else can you say at that point, I guess?
I would have turned around and been like, oopsie poopsie, and just kept on going.
I I might have punched you if you said oopsie poopsie to me. Todd Dillon, different story.
Kinder, gentler Todd. Just freaking shook my head. Freaking gave him a hash. I'm like, who wants to beat down a dude in front of his wife?
Hold on. You realize that you're the same guy who just a week ago described how you set up a young preteen and blackmailed and made him lose his summer camp privileges. Why are you giving this guy any quarter? And you fucked his mom. And you left crumbs in the bed.
I'm trying to get better every day, Bob. Every day.
Oh, I see. So process. That was a whole week ago.
Some days I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some days I don't make as much progress as I'd like.
Yeah, but grown men spilling pop on your seat in a plane, that requires some restraint.
And it was the empty sleeve of Oreos on the nightstand. The Oreos that Todd put in the.
You know, there's some crumbs in that bed, though. Todd's a gentle lover, but he's an active lover.
He's also a multitasker, so eating those cookies while
exactly.
Yeah.
You're bound to have some crumbs.
Yeah.
Cookies and sourdough bread.
Jesus.
Cookies and yeast.
That's a weird combination. Some people would
perfect.
say like a Reuben sandwich in the bedside table drawer.
Ma'am, you should go to the doctor.
I had an amazing Reuben today. Amaze balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where?
Yeah, from where, Todd?
Saints and Scholars, Irish pub. Snoqualmie. Snoqualmie, Washington.
You're back home. Okay, got it.
Back home, baby.
Sorry to interrupt the story. I don't know if I'm interrupting or it's done, but let's just assume.
You're not interrupted. That was it. I literally, dude spilled it. My kindness was not repaid at all. The only thing
rewarded with a wet ass.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, neither one of them got up again for the rest of the flight. I think they were both a little bit afraid at that point.
Yeah. this big wet ass black man.
And it's again. I think I've had this. Exactly. I've had this grievance before, dude, but sitting on the aisle sucks, especially when you have a bunch of, and again, no hate, no shade. I don't mind the big bone ladies, but when you got big bone, big booty stewardesses, flight attendants, freaking going by every 30 seconds, rubbing ass on your my whole shoulder smelled like ass for 14 hours after the flight. Just because there's so many asses rubbing against my shoulder on the aisle. I hate being in the aisle. Horrible. But I digress.
All right, what are you drinking tonight, Todd?
Dude, I got it. Summer has like sprung on us, right?
I didn't ask you what the weather was like. I said, what are you drinking?
I'm gonna tell you.
There's a lead up to it, Bob.
Modelo Chelada, lime and salt, baby. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Have you ever been to Mexico and they pour a little bit of lime juice with a little bit of ice at the bottom of a glass, and they pour an ice-cold either Dos Equis, Modelo, or Pacifico with a salted rim? Tastes just like that in a can. Fabulous, baby.
And your shot?
I got that Twisted Tea, baby. It's summertime, Bob. Summertime.
Right. Get yourself the Twisted Tea, sir.
Now?
Yes, we are.
Let's do it, buddy.
Let me get done it.
Yeah. This isn't episode 1, bitch. I ask you what you're drinking. That means we're doing a shot.
I like it.
Oh, that's
normally we wait 18 minutes before we do the shot because somebody's yammering about some bullshit.
Yeah, they are. It's called the lead up from Todd Dillon.
It's summertime, Bob. Summer. It's Sam summertime.
No, it's too late now. It's too late. My request for your Boston accent went unheeded, and we're just going to continue with your displaced Michigan accent for the rest of the show. And a whole lot of disappointment. Sorry, Cory, go ahead.
Got it. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Salute.
Oh.
That's the good stuff.
Oh.
You should check with Lori to see if we're still freezing and playing again.
I checked with her. We're good.
She said you guys' connection sucked balls.
Oh, that's exactly how she put it.
Yes.
No, that's not how she put it. No, I checked with her. We're good now.
Okay.
Good.
And we went back to green on switcher. We were at yellow for a second, but
Okay, that's good.
I shut one thing down, and apparently that helped.
I did, boys. You'd be proud of me. It's only taken years to do, but I finally followed through with the Cologuard. And if you're not familiar with Cologuard, it is for people of a certain age. We won't say how old.
Old people.
Who are soft.
If you're not going to go get yourself
too afraid to go in and get a real colonoscopy, you can do Cologuard, which is essentially they send you a box with a whole kit. And then you shit in a tube, right?
You shit in a canister, and then you send it back to them.
Canister tube.
And their team of scientists analyzes it.
You realize it's just some guy named Phil sitting in his basement. And he just takes out the shit. He's like, looks good to me.
I do not know what happens.
He sniffs it, he licks it, and then he's like, yep. There.
Exactly. He paints with it. It's future art.
Yeah. So I would go get a physical, get a yearly checkup, and the guy'd be like, hey, you want to do
the guy?
My doctor.
You just go to a guy to get a yearly physical?
Yeah. Sir, we're about to let mass in right now. What can I help you with?
Hey, Father, I need my yearly physical.
If you're at the lectern, I thought you were taking requests.
Unfortunately, he probably would have been more than happy to fill you up.
So I go to my doctor, and he would suggest, he's like, hey, sign you up for this Cologuard. I'm like, yeah, need to do it. No problem. And then they would send me the kit, and it would sit there. I'd like put it in my office or something like that. And like the next year would roll around. And I'd go back, and he'd be like, yeah, so you never did that Cologuard thing, did you? I go, no, I need to, though. It's like, all right, I'll sign you up for the one. This is at least the third kit that they've sent to me. And
Bob used all three.
No, I end up throwing the unopened boxes away after I got the next one. So this one came. So finally, I'm like, I had a rough day at work.
Couple drinks?
No, I did not. I had a rough day at work. My day started early, and the day just kept getting worse. And by the time I got to like 4:30, I didn't have any more calls that day. I'm like, you know what? It's time. Why not just pile another thing you don't want to do on top of the list of shit you didn't want to do all day long? Let's just get it done. So
let's get this shit in a tube.
So this is. I'm not quite sure if this is interesting to folks, but it was interesting to me.
I want to know how you got it. How'd you get it in there, Bob?
Here's what you have to do.
In a bigger bowl.
Here's what you have to do.
Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Todd, let's throw our guesses out there.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually a perfect. Well, what do you think I had to do to complete this mission? Let me tell you what the end result. Let me just jump to the end so that you'll understand how you need to get to the end. The end is the same box
with poop in it.
I think that's a given. I think people understand.
And hopefully no frosting on the lid. If you know what I'm talking about.
The same box, sealed back up again with a UPS label. You call them.
What's that thumbprint on?
You call them for a pickup, and it literally sat. It sat on my front porch for 36 straight hours.
It baked in your shit was
36
baking in
hours.
The sun?
Yes. Until they picked it up. UPS driver rolled up, picked it up, and he drove away. That's the end. That's the end.
Okay.
That's where
you have a ring cam? Do you have a ring
cam? I do not.
So hang on.
Yeah, I use my eyes. I sit right here and I watched him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me clear the air by saying I'm clearly no scientist.
Wait, what?
I know. It's shocking. I'm not a scientist.
Hold on. I have been operating this entire time with the assumption that you had some sort of scientific background.
I know. A lot of people get that. Or they think
You're
that.
telling me.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. There's really no scientific background that I have.
I'm going to have to rethink a lot of things.
I understand. That's why I was kind of worried to bring this up to you guys.
All the things I've mentioned in the show and the answers you've given me, that the scientific advice that I've followed to the letter because I thought you were an accredited individual.
Yeah. No, it turns out he's just a dope.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I'm going to have to say,
yeah,
whatever they
not whatever. You're supposed to go, what happened? How did I get to the end?
No. Before
you're not even
get to that.
Yet. Okay.
That your poop sitting in a box out on the porch for 36 hours in the baking sun.
Yep.
How are you supposed to get it? That's definitely going to give some sort of false positive.
I don't know.
That's the beauty of Cologuard, Corey. Everybody gets a false positive, whether it sits in his thumb for 36 hours or not. That's why you don't do it. It's the freaking Lily way out.
Believe it or not, there's never been a single person that's ever used Cologuard that's had colon cancer.
I will tell you this.
Until they died from colon cancer.
I will tell you this. I called before I even opened the box to do the deed, right? I called them thinking, well, I probably need to schedule this pickup. Like they're like, oh, we'll be here like on this day between 1 and 3, and then you just got to kind of maybe time out your shit before they get there, right? They would not let me schedule an appointment. Like it was an automated system. They're like, and one of the questions was after they get to like birth date and zip code and all that kind of shit, they're like, have you performed the activity yet?
The activity?
Press 1 for yes and 2 for no, and I press 2 for no. And they're like, thank you. Please call back when you come in. And literally, like, click. Have a good day. Dial tone. That was it. So you could not schedule this and say, okay, I'm gonna schedule for tomorrow between 1 and 3, and therefore in the morning I'm gonna do this thing. I had to do it and then call, and they're like, whatever day it was, I think it was Tuesday. They're like, oh, we'll be there by Wednesday before 8 p.m. And I'm like, wow, that is a long time for now.
Bob's standing on the porch, just squatting over a box, taking a hot dump when the UPS driver shows up. Hang on, sir. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm about to finish up here, and you can take this. 1 second.
Okay, so how did I get to that
Bob,
point? Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
Tell me before you took your dump that you ate copious amounts of corn and Jelly Bellies so that you could,
corn
dazzle.
Jelly Bellies.
Corn would have been hilarious. That would have been really funny to send that off.
I actually do not remember what I ate, but I will say when I when I was done
with the activity,
I was absolutely shocked with the volume that was there. I'm like, whoever opens this up is going to think that I somehow got a bear to shit inside this canister, and then I just sealed it up and like they're never going to know. In fact, it comes with like a bottle of solution that before you like seal up the canister, you're supposed to pour it in there. And I had not I read the directions, but I had not read the directions, but I had not read the canister yet. And while I was on the step with the canister,
son of a bitch, I should have read these directions.
I looked at the canister and it said, make sure that your sample does not exceed the volume of the liquid in this canister. And I'm like, oh shit. There's no way that I'm going to cover the sample with the liquid in this container, which is the size of like one of those juice boxes that you get at the gas station.
A juice box?
Yeah. What's the...
You're telling me you shoot the size? You only shit the size of a juice box?
No. That's the amount of liquid that they gave me to pour into the sample, which there was no way it was ever going to cover. So already, automatically, I'm like, this is just a failed experiment. Now they're going to be like, no, this guy. I don't know if like 5 people shit in here or what, but this is way too much for us to analyze. We don't even know where to start. So sorry, you were going to guess how I got there.
Me? Yeah. I would assume that you found your oldest piece of Tupperware that's big. Because I can't see you trying to hover over a can to take a dump in it, right? Or sticking a can right up on your sphincter to try and squeeze it in there. Because how would you tell when you got to the line or not? So I assume that you like took a dump in an old piece of Tupperware that either you borrowed or again that you don't use anymore because there's no top to it.
And then what? And then I had to transfer it from the Tupperware to the canister?
Yeah, they take an old spoon that you're going to throw away and spoon it into the
an old spoon. Okay, that's a good guess.
Yeah. Can you answer me this question, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why I think that the whole Cologuard scam is just that, a scam.
Sure.
What if you have polyps? Like,
You mean polyps?
It gives tons of false positive and false negatives because I think it's like got a 15 or 20% like miss rate, which is a pretty high number when it comes to like something that can kill you. But it doesn't detect any of that other shit that's kind of important as well.
From talking to the doctor, it is not, and I think just to get serious for a second, it is not a replacement for a colonoscopy. It is.
I didn't hear anything of what you said. I'm sorry.
It's not a replacement for a colonoscopy.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
it's just a Band-Aid.
So why? But if you go to colonoscopy, then you're not shitting in cans, wasting Tupperware
and spoons.
And spoons. Exactly.
Yeah,
everybody's got extra spoons.
I think it's one of those early indicator things that you should probably have done. Like me personally, like well before I did it. Like I put it off for literally years to do. But it's the kind of thing that you should do if you want to get a relatively quick and I assume pain-free, compared to a colonoscopy, indication of if there's anything wrong. But I do not mean to, by this humorous yarn that we're spinning here, I do not mean to imply to anybody in the audience that you could just do this and you don't have to get a colonoscopy. That's not the case.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. That's not good advice.
At all. Yeah, and Cory's a scientist, or so we were told.
So you thought.
Yeah, it's not based on nothing.
I mean, I'm just that smart.
There was some sort of indication that you were a man of letters.
My guess being what you did for this Cologuard.
Yeah.
Is you went straight canister to butthole.
Yeah.
And you were just like squatting in the bathroom.
Squeeze it in?
Like not even on the toilet, just like inside the doorway.
Dude, yeah, I've been on your toilet before.
I just pressed my asshole directly onto the canister and hoped that the vacuum it created would just suck the shit right out of my ass.
No, not that you were.
But you got that air pocket. It would it wouldn't even go into the bottom. It would like slide right back out of the top. And that
actually, wouldn't the air go back into my ass at that point? It'd be sort of displaced.
The air and shit. You have a backflow problem.
Yeah,
that's disgusting, Bob. Disgusting.
All right, you want me to tell you how it actually worked?
I don't know if I do or not, but yeah, so sure, go ahead.
It comes with
it's got to be one of those too.
It comes with a tray, like literally, it's a square tray with a hole in the middle, and then there's two flap arms that go like that, and you literally rest it on top of the toilet seat, and then you take the canister and you drop it into the hole, and it kind of screws in there, and that's it. And
what if you miss?
It's really tough to do that unless you don't know where your asshole is, I guess.
I lose track of mine sometimes.
What if you have
if you think it's up toward the turkey neck between your dick and your balls? If you think it's up there, between your dick and your balls, not your balls and your asshole.
Wait,
if you think it's right up toward the front, then yeah, you're gonna miss that fucking canister. But if you're
why do you have a turkey neck hanging off with a space between your dick and your balls?
There's no spare skin between your dick and your balls?
No, mine's pretty tight, buddy.
Straight bone?
Yeah. I got to look at it now. I don't even know my own anatomy now. I'm like,
yeah, go ahead and pause the podcast if you want to check out your own dick and balls and get back to us. And we're back.
There?
We're back.
Wait a minute. Wait. Bob, can you clarify what is it?
Sure.
There's like a pre-taint?
Yeah, it's just a
I'm more concerned about your dick and balls now than I am your Cologuard.
I was trying to imagine a place closer to the front of the bowl. So I guess I could have said the tip of your dick. If you think the tip of your dick is where your butthole is, then yeah, you're going to miss the canister.
You're not going to get married blowjobs if that's the case.
So it's positioned more toward the back of the seat on your toilet, and so you are legitimately sitting on this thing and you're shitting the canister. Now I will tell you, when I got done, I stood up. I was like, holy shit. I guess I hadn't considered that I might fill the canister.
Did you get the Catholic edition of Cologuard? Holy shit.
I thought there was like a face of a priest in the bottom of that canister or something.
The Father
North,
O'Malley.
South, East, West. I did give homage to the one true God. So
that's Todd. Yeah. Todd, when Bob got done, I'm sure there was probably like one little piece kind of stuck on the top, like a little piece of spaghetti, and he just reached down and was like, "Oh, let me knock that in there."
It was one of those where like I barely had to wipe. It was one of those that you kind of dream about. You're like, one wipe done. But it was just the volume. I was like, Jesus Christ. I could not have planned. If this was a joke and I'm like, let me just see how many chicken wings and fucking bullshit I could eat the night before that to really do this, then that's exactly what I would have hoped the result would have been.
It should have been corn and Skittles or corn and Jelly Bellies, dude.
I should have called Todd. I should have called Todd. Right.
I wonder what happens if you swallow shrimp whole. Will they come out as...
No.
What? Yeah, just
what are you talking about?
Just like swallow a whole shrimp.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that shrimp would probably come out
whole as well.
I know you said
you're not a scientist, but you understand how the stomach works, right? Like there's a reason why the corn gets through and whole shrimp do not.
It could?
No. I mean, you got serious issues if you're shitting out whole shrimp.
That'd be awesome.
Todd, you sure you only want to stick around for one episode? It's only going to get better from here.
Oh my god!
I would be so pleased with myself. If I looked down, I was like, "Oh my god!"
To shrimp, why not just say like an entire hot dog? Whatever I didn't chew and swallowed whole, just going to come shooting right out. 12 hours later.
Well, unlike you, Bob, I have a bit of a gag reflex, so swallowing a whole hot dog, that's going to be a little difficult for me.
You're going to choke down whole shrimp. I feel like you're going to be all right. I
didn't say jumbo shrimp. I said shrimp.
Well, okay. So
that's real easy.
Is it?
Yeah, like the little popcorn shrimp.
I really wish I had
your stomach acid
right now.
Your stomach acid makes short work of those, Cory.
Yeah, that's what scientists say.
I think I'll do my scientific duty and test this out. And when
he said duty,
and when you guys get a picture of a big old turd with some big old chunks of shrimp in it.
No, not according to you. It's whole shrimp, not chunks of shrimp.
Whole shrimp, yeah.
Like you're not chewing, shrimp. You're swallowing the whole shrimp. Okay.
Are you going to shell it first, or
no? He didn't say anything about shelling it. Just right out of the frozen bag. That's what makes it go down quick.
If you don't shell it, you might have a shot.
And if it's frozen, if it's 100% frozen and unshelled, you actually might have a chance.
Yes. I think you should try that, Cory.
You probably choke.
I think I'm going to.
Yeah. I'm really struggling to figure out what the hell the episode title is going to be for this one, boys. I'm not going to lie. There's
shrimp shits.
We've almost made it super impossible for us to name this episode. All right, Todd, grab yourself another shot here.
Another twisted tea.
You can veto it. That's fine.
Nah.
There's no rule. I mean, we're going to make fun of you for the rest of the
episode.
episode.
Punk bitch.
Exactly.
That's what was missing on your business card there, Todd.
All right, so I think we're going to call it.
No punk bitch.
Yeah. Plenty of space for you to put that there, Todd. I think we're going to call an episode and end to the Cola God story, and we can move on to other things.
We're going to move on to something different?
Yeah, maybe a little. I feel like we're really we're not drawing in the ladies with the story about the Cola God.
Is that what our mission is? Ladies like corn and Skittles.
And men talking about their poops.
Cheers, everybody.
Cilantro. And their turkey neck front taints.
Yeah. That's even more concerning than any result you get back from Cola Guard.
I know. Dude, as soon as we get off the air, I got to go look at my wiener and figure out if I have like a missing taint that I didn't know about. And then I'll be worried if some medication that I take might cause a rash there and kill me.
Yeah, are you supposed to have that, or am I the odd one out? Huh.
I don't think I have one, Cory.
Should have paid attention in science class, Cory.
That's what I said. I don't think so either, Todd. So maybe it is a concern of Bob's, and he needs to go show his as he said, the guy he goes to.
The guy I go to,
to get his medical stuff done. That's when you go into his office. It's not a PhD hanging on the wall. It just says the guy you go.
His office, or
it's him going.
The guy you go to.
Yeah, and it's not
the go-to guy.
It's not a picture. It's just a plaque with a little name tag down and inscribed.
Yeah.
The guy. All right. In the most awkward of transitions, Gentleman's Agreement is a segment that we do every now and again in which we assign each other movies or TV shows that we like that we think the other guy is going to like. And then we have to come back and do a review for it. And so that's what we're going to want you to right this second.
Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement.
Pretty awkward transition.
Gentlemen's agreement.
Nothing like going from poop to movies.
It was perfect.
It's the motherfucking gentleman.
It was wicked pissa, Bob.
Sometimes you just got to cut the cord and just make the leap of faith.
Or pinch the loaf, as they say.
They do say that.
As one may say.
All right. I want to start with Cory. Cory, you had to watch Person of Interest from me.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is so long ago now. I'm trying to remember. No, it was so I have seen Person of Interest out there and every time I go on I can't remember what it was. It's on
Hulu?
Shit. Either way. Whatever streaming service.
Yeah.
And so I have seen it on there. I've just never taken the time to watch it. I got through episode 3, I believe. Little slow starting at first, but I think a lot of shows kind of are because there's obviously a build up, to everything, and it's not just going to be right out of the gate action.
Right.
But to me, it almost reminded me like a mix between if you were to take like Law and Order, NCIS,
CSI?
a little bit of CSI. There's a whole
Wait, is there another show called CIS that I'm not?
NCIS.
You said CIS. Maybe you just missed the N.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
NCIS.
Okay.
And then kind of like Burn Notice. I don't know if you ever watched Burn Notice.
No.
Good show.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's an awesome. I've rewatched it through several.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of memes out there making fun of it, which is really why I've never watched it.
I mean, it can be a little kitschy at times, but for some reason, to me, it kind of makes it.
Okay.
And I said, there was like 7 seasons of it, and I've rewatched it through at least 3 times.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, so it's kind of, to me, it was kind of like a mixture of like putting a bunch of those shows together.
Okay.
All into one.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's a good series. I might go back and try to finish some more up and see if I can get a little bit more into it. But otherwise, from what I saw, yeah, it was a good show.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was a fan of Jim Caviezel back in the day, who plays the hitman. And then his partner was from Lost, Michael Emerson, who played the bad guy.
Well, and I had to hold that against him, so.
I know you did.
After my experience with Lost,
there were no polar bears or
Tyrannosaurus Rexes in the woods.
So, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, if you make it back to it, cool. Let me know.
Yeah, it'd probably be one of those things I continue on, at work, and Danielle and I already have so much in the hopper that we have to get through. But yeah, good show.
Nice.
All right, sir. How about you, Todd? You had Mobland, also from me.
Yes. And so then I watched The Town.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were going to do a review of both of those things, like a 2-for-1.
But I did watch Mobland, and Bob.
Yeah.
Darn it if you didn't get another A- grade.
Yes.
Spoiler free. It's Mobland is just what it is. Mob series on Paramount. Thanks, Bob. Now I have a new streaming service added to my accounts. Yeah, it's a who's who. Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren. There's tons of people that you see that you recognize. It's a British mob based show, and Tom Hardy plays kind of a cross between what's the show with Liev Schreiber?
Ray
he's
Donovan?
a fixer. Yeah, Ray Donovan. Yeah, he's just Tom Hardy's just a badass is badass.
Yeah.
And he works for Pierce Brosnan, who's one of the heads of two families that are headed towards a really bad blow up that could end really both of them. I mean, really, it's pretty. There's a lot of action right out of the gate. It's like I said, solid A minus. The only reason it doesn't get an A plus is because I haven't seen the whole thing through yet, but it's looking pretty good, stacking up.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together, my friend.
Yep. And then as far as the town, Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner.
Town. Sorry, I forgot the town. Yep,
yeah,
go ahead.
Exactly. In the town, it's fictional, but it covers a bank robbing crew working out of Charlestown, Massachusetts, which is like in real life, like the most famous spot in the United States for bank robberies. There's more bank robbers in that town and than anywhere on the planet. And so it follows kind of the slip up because once again, a girl enters the fray and then all shit goes sideways after that. But great Affleck, great action movie. I like The Town as well, even though it wasn't the movie that was assigned to me. So don't assign that to me in the future.
The Town is one of my favorites.
I give it a solid B minus.
What'd you think of Ham in The Town?
Oh, I love him. Love him. I think he's funny as hell, and that was a serious part for him. And I think he's just a really good actor. I think one of the things that this segment has done to me is I can clearly see when I'm like, oh, these guys are all right. Actors are brilliant in that they portray themselves, and you get caught up in the story because they convince you that they're those people. And
Right.
John Hamm has great range. I think he's a fantastic actor, just because he makes me laugh because he seems so quick-witted. And in a serious role like that, I think he gets a solid. I mean, he didn't have a lot of a ton of screen time, but what he did was perfect.
Awesome. All right, I had The End, which is a movie.
Yes,
from 2024.
That was a stretch for me.
2024, assigned from Todd. Yeah, I had heard about this movie, that it existed, but I didn't really know a whole lot about it. So yeah, this was from 2024. The overall spoiler-free plot of the movie is that there's been a nuclear apocalypse that has rendered the Earth inhospitable, and the whole movie follows this wealthy family who is living in an underground bunker, and their dynamics are kind of bizarre, but they get even a little more bizarre once they come upon another survivor. And the thing about this movie that I didn't realize was that it is an apocalyptic musical, which I'm like, okay, I did not realize before I started watching it that it was going to be a musical set in the apocalypse. So when they started breaking out into song, I'm like, what the fuck? Did they mean to do that? Why are they breaking into song? So anyway, there's some big time actors in here, some really quality, maybe not super famous actors, but really, really good actors who are actors. Tilda Swinton, Michael Shannon, they play the, matriarch and patriarch of the family. And then Lenny James, who, if you ever watched Walking Dead, or I think the offshoot was Fear the Walking Dead, he was a big part of that. Great British actor. And then a kid named George McKay, who's been in 1917 and a couple of other movies, who's one of those kids to watch as they come up with young talent. So it was kind of all over the place, but the thing I will say about it, that Todd, if I had to give it a grade, I would give it a solid B+, and that is because it never failed to surprise me. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It did not follow because it's a musical. It's set during the apocalypse. And so I did not know what to expect. And so therefore I couldn't, let me take a step back. Anybody here seen 28 Days Later?
No.
Cillian Murphy.
I think I have.
Zombie film from like
I know exactly
25, 30 years ago.
I'm almost positive I have, but I can't remember it.
It's a fucking. I'm going to say right now, if you've never seen 28 Days Later, it is a fucking fantastic. The whole premise of The Walking Dead, or sorry, not The Walking Dead, but like the film I Am Legend, with Will Smith and zombies, and just the premise of The Walking Dead as a show. They owe it to 28 Days Later. No one had ever done a zombie film where the zombies were just rage-filled, like sprinting. Like you could watch Night of the Living Dead. You could watch any of the older zombie films from the 60s, 70s, 80s. But when Danny Boyle did 28 Days Later, and all of a sudden you've got sprinting zombies that are not just shambling around, they're actually running faster than you. And they will not stop. It just added an element. It is a classic horror movie. They did a sequel 28 Weeks Later, which was good, wasn't great. And then they just did 28 Years Later, which is in the theaters now. I took Lori to see it because I heard it was really, really good from a friend of mine whose opinion I respect. But the bad part about that movie is, as much as I was looking forward to it, there were a lot of things that, just because it was a zombie movie, that I could anticipate, and that weren't really surprises to me. I'm like, okay, so when they get attacked by zombies, and then they're sitting there going, oh my God, okay. And then the music drops down to like almost zero. You know that something else is going to happen right at that point. Someone's going to come over the hill. Someone's going to come out of the shadows. You just know it, unless you've never watched a zombie movie before. This movie, the end, I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen from minute 1 till the fucking credits. So, solid B+, Todd. I may not be a huge fan of apocalyptic musicals, but goddamn, if this movie didn't, I really did not know what to expect, and that's a good thing, especially when you've just
and it's a musical.
And it's a musical.
I did this. I watched it, and I didn't know it was a musical when I watched it. And I'm like, I like musicals. At least I like this musical.
Todd, I'm so glad to hear you say that, because now that gives me license to add so many other movies to my list of things to potentially assign to Todd Dillon. I will tell you this though, because I didn't think I liked musicals, because. What's the musical with Ryan Reynolds and La La Land.
Man?
No, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
No, with the dude from Saturday Night Live, who runs around his underwear. Talladega Nights. Will Ferrell. Yeah, Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. They have a Christmas musical.
I have not seen it.
And it's I couldn't watch it.
Well, not every musical is a good musical.
I think that one got critically acclaimed, but I didn't like musicals because I like both those actors, and I just thought, no, I can't. Knowing it's a musical right out of the gate kind of shook me. and then it didn't.
Okay.
And I couldn't get away from being disappointed.
I am going to test that theory over the next several months and sprinkle in a couple of musicals just to see how much you really like musicals.
Okay.
But I'm not going to, if you ask me, if I sign you a movie and you're like, is this a musical? I'm not going to lie to you and say, nope. I will tell you it's a musical.
No, if you think I'll like it, I'm happy to. Like I said,
I can think of half a dozen that are good.
Actors and actresses that I thought I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I thought anything with Will Ferrell in it, I'm gonna like. I don't, because even if it's slapsticky, I love the shit that he does.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds, I think, is brilliant as well. His style of humor cracks me up, and how quick witted he is. And I'm like, these two in a movie can't miss. And then I'm like, oh, it's a musical. Okay, it still can't miss because I love these two guys. And I'm like, about half an hour into it, I'm like, no, I can't do it anymore.
Right.
You said prior to 20, so I don't know the month that they came out, but the same year that 28 Days Later came out, there's another movie where zombies were running full speed and were furiously trying to kill folks.
Which
and I
movie is
actually
that?
really, really, really like it.
Which movie is that?
You know what that movie is, don't you?
No, I don't. Tell me.
The series of movies.
Yeah, go
Resident
ahead.
Evil, baby.
Oh, that's Resident Evil, based on a video game. I didn't know that.
With Mila Jovovich, dude.
Yeah, but it's not a specifically a zombie movie though.
Hell yeah, it is. Every single one is zombies trying to kill motherfuckers, and they run and they're violent and they're fast.
I don't.
They can climb shit. They actually can talk to you.
Hold on a minute.
All right, we're back. For now.
Resident Evil. After researchers turn into zombies in a secret lab, it's a zombie movie.
It's a horror film.
Let me read you what Netflix says.
There's a
Watch
virus.
Resident Evil on
There's
Netflix.
a virus.
Resident Evil,
Yep.
2002, rated R, action. After researchers turn into zombies in a secret lab, the government sends it in an elite task force. Blah blah blah. Zombies.
Zombies.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
looking at Wikipedia, and they're not mentioning the word zombies in here at all. It's just a virus that begins mutating.
Yeah.
That's not the same as a
Zombies.
zombie.
I just read to you what Netflix is describing the movie as.
Yeah, Netflix isn't the fucking end all be all of the movie. There's other sources that describe this, and in this,
And neither is Wikipedia then.
no, correct.
IMDb
So,
has zombie in it. I think.
all right, so we're gonna have to
Hang
do a bit of research, but I think it calls into question whether or not these are zombies or it's a virus. I think the dictionary definition of a zombie is you've died, but you're still alive.
No.
bitten
The
from- bitten by a zombie.
Well, hold on a second. If you get bitten by a zombie, you get the virus and it mutates and you turn just like if you get bitten by a vampire. You
But
turn into a zombie because the zombie bit you.
It kills you, and but then you come back to life as the zombie. Right? You get bitten by a
think we're
zombie in
gonna-
one of these movies. There's a
we're
death
gonna-
moment, and then you come back to life.
That's the same thing that happens in this one too.
Well,
The people get bit, and that's
Yeah.
what people get bit, and then they
And
lie
they-
about it.
they
Then
die.
all of a sudden they get sick, and then they die, and
Okay.
they come back, and then your friends are trying to eat you.
okay, so they do
Zombies.
die.
In
this
fact,
movie.
IMDb fighting their way past zombies, mutants, and the computer
Yeah, but you
itself.
just disagreed with my assessment of what it means to be a zombie, that you die after you get bitten. And now you're telling me that that's what happens in this movie. So,
It does.
okay. So
So you guys are on the same page the
maybe you
entire
didn't
time.
hear me
All
at
right,
the beginning.
perfect.
Yeah,
Moving on.
all good. Okay. So,
Zombie movie.
new assignments. New assignments. Both of you had movies
Yes,
assigned by
yes.
me. But, however, my movie was assigned to me by Todd, which means my movie now needs to come from Cory, which means that I can't assign one to Cory. I have to assign it to Todd. So, Cory, you got me. Todd, I got you.
Wait,
Todd, you got Cory.
Todd dropped for a second, and he's back.
I'm back. I got
Okay.
my own technical difficulties
All
going
right.
tonight now.
So, new assignments. Cory's got me. I've got Todd. Todd's got Cory.
I have who?
You got me.
Okay.
Okay, Todd.
Yes.
Have you seen The Promised Land? This is it's a movie with Mads Mikkelsen. I'm going to say no,
I was going to say that myself.
and I'm going to give it to you. But when you look it up, if it turns out that it's one that you've already seen, just tell me.
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, that's what you got. Promised Land.
All right.
All right, you got me, Cory.
Cory.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, I
Cory?
want to hear what you got for me now.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh. Todd, is a frog's asshole watertight? Yes, I've seen Napoleon
Okay.
Dynamite. Come on now, buddy.
I would have
All
been
right,
really
all
shocked to
right.
hear that you hadn't.
Yeah, no,
All right.
definitely. Several times.
All right, while you're thinking about that, Todd, let's do a shot here, unless you already did yours, Cory.
No, not yet.
All right, this
Hang on,
last
I'm
shot
gonna
of the show for Todd Dillon and his Twisted Tea.
All right. Twisted Tea.
And if you're out there listening or watching on YouTube, please join us. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Oh.
Salute.
Cheers, buddy.
That's the good stuff.
Oh. All right. All right, what do you got for me, Cory?
I know I've asked you this before, but you've seen Ted Lasso, correct?
No.
There you go.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
Todd. That's why I had it on my list too. I'm like, I know Todd's seen Ted Lasso. I'm like, but so why do I have this on my list?
I've not been very vocal about what's this Ted Lasso all about. Like I haven't watched it. I haven't really said it out loud a whole lot to you guys. I figured someone was going to figure it out and assign it to me.
There you go.
I think you and I were at the bar one night, and you asked me, and I was like, no, and you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
So I figured it was coming. All right, which puts the spotlight back.
I'm
on
trying
you,
to
Todd.
get I know. I'm trying to get the name of this series. I really like, The Class.
I'm really shocked you have not seen that yet.
There's tons of shit I haven't seen, man. I mean, I'm still only 2 seasons into The Wire, and I've never watched Oz. It's on my list, but I've never watched it yet. Yeah, see what I mean? There's tons of shit I haven't watched.
Fair enough.
I'm like drawing a blank on all the shit. I've seen so much stuff of late that I want to.
I'm telling you, you got to use Letterboxd, Todd, to keep track of the shit you're watching. It makes moments like this really easy.
I know.
Well, if you can't come up with it now, at some point during the week,
I'll send it to you like right after the show because I know exactly who I know. When I see the guy who's the cast, it's the Class. I think. Hang on 1 second.
TikToks, real quick.
You wanna, or you want to save them?
Yeah, do that.
I've got a couple. And there's actually one that I kind of want Todd to see.
All right. So to close the show, we're gonna do TT's TikToks. Let me pull up the Todd Dillon drop.
Are you ready?
Oh, sorry. It's Existential Question that Todd redid.
New one, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Todd, sorry, you won't be here for that. Next episode we'll
Are you
do it.
ready?
But... All right. All yours, Cory.
All right. So we're gonna start off with this one. I believe one of you guys sent this to me. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get it over onto my other screen here.
Yeah, I gotta see it. I don't know.
Maybe we aren't doing TikToks.
We both did. I thought you tested these before we.
I did, but now it's not coming off the screen.
Jesus Christ! What
We've
kind
got all
of
manner of tech stuff going
Mickey
on.
Mouse show are we running here?
Seriously.
Hey, Bob, we have to give ourselves a break. This is only episode 3, right?
336.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, this was not me. I don't know, this must be Todd.
So there's a cat and a raccoon. Todd, was this you that sent it?
Oh, yes. That's
Okay,
I did.
all right.
I did.
All right. So this is courtesy of Todd.
This raccoon looks like he's about to sexually assault this cat.
Let's see what happens.
I'm now going to demonstrate how to execute a perfect rear naked choke. What you're going to want to do is pass their guard, and you know what I like to do is to get into their ear canal and just give them a little, and sometimes I stick my paw on there too. That really drives me crazy. And then you take the back, you sink in the choke, and trust me, they're tapping faster than a toddler in a TikTok live. All right, that concludes today's demonstration.
Jesus, how does a cat allow another animal to do that to them?
I know.
I've known people who've had cats for like 10 years, and they won't even let their owners do that. All of a sudden, you got a wild feral raccoon that you're letting just dominate you in that way?
It's feral. I'm thinking
Jesus.
if it's in the house, Bob, it's not a feral raccoon.
Well, but remember, people are idiots, and you cannot discount people allowing feral raccoons to just walk in through their fucking their doggy door on their back porch.
Keegan
Well,
wants raccoon.
that is one of the greatest videos
I can see
ever.
Keegan letting a fucking raccoon in her house.
Yeah,
100%.
There's absolutely no way. All right,
Believe
this
it, I
next
don't see it.
this next one,
Did this come from me?
I think this
No,
one
this
came
is
from-
me.
was
This is
okay.
me.
Never mind.
And
I see who's getting
can I do
preferential
one bit of-
treatment this episode. God damn it, and it's not me.
One bit of setup before you hit play, Corey.
Yeah.
Listen to the dude in the background.
All right, hang on. Before I do that, I have to add your camera because apparently it kicked you off here. So give me one quick second.
There's going to be a lot of editing
There we go.
to this video.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm talking to Cory.
I trust me. I'm already aware. All right, here we go. All right, so you said to watch the dude in the background.
Listen.
No, let's
Well,
listen to the dude in the background.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You are. Oh, Jesus Christ, you lied to her. I wasn't ready.
So,
Boy,
So it's what they always say. I wasn't ready.
so to set the scene,
Fucking
it's some people
The
hanging out in the
trust
kitchen.
fall.
yeah.
They're hanging out in the kitchen. There's clearly some beers around, and there's a little card game about a drinking card game.
Sure.
So I'm feeling that everyone's kind of feeling pretty good at this point.
I hope so.
Yeah,
And-
let's do a trust and let's do a
That makes the
trust fall
trust fall.
because we've only been drinking.
That makes the trust fall hurt less if you're feeling good from booze.
So
That's what I heard.
yeah, so they decide that they're going to do a trust fall. The gentleman
And
that's
by the way,
supposed to catch
Yeah,
the
his
person falling.
hands are extended, so the "I wasn't ready" defense is bullshit.
He's definitely not paying attention to the person that's going to be
he
falling.
doesn't
That's
have
for
his
sure.
He's not. He don't flex in his knees, Bob. He's not ready.
So
No flexing his knees.
Oh, he took his hands away.
Jesus Christ, you lied to her.
Jesus Christ!
Listen, if you have your hands out, you should be watching nothing but the back of the person that's going to trust fall into you. And when they come back, why do his hands go down as she's falling backwards? He's a piece of shit friend.
because he wasn't ready.
No, he made himself not ready. That's a bunch of bullshit. But thankfully, she was wearing a winter padded coat, which
He didn't help at all.
cushioned the fall, I'm sure.
That triple fat goose.
That's right.
All right, so this next one I got for you guys.
Last one?
This is
This last one?
We'll see how it goes.
All right. This ain't for me. Another one's not for me. Is this from Todd again?
No, this is
Okay.
This is something I've come across recently. It's
Jesus, that is a scary fucking.
Oh,
like,
I sent you a different one of these, Corey.
I don't think
Did
I
you?
need to see the video here.
I did.
So
did.
it's this AI Sasquatch that people put their voices to and sayings to.
Okay.
Yes.
And I started watching so many of them. It was literally just one after the other that started coming
So
up
how
on my
come you couldn't
algorithm.
play the one I sent you then, a-hole?
Hey,
I didn't
fuck
see
you.
that one.
He's played 2 videos you sent him to my 0. I don't want to hear anything from you, Todd.
And those were two of my least favorite ones.
Doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up. You at least got 2 of them. I got nothing.
So this is
All right.
this is the AI Sasquatch videos.
Forgot to buy my fishing license, and let's see if Green Jeans can catch a 250 Merc.
I took that bend a little too fast.
So it's this Sasquatch getting chased by game wardens.
Yeah.
I think
All right,
he's
clear-
more of a Planet of the Apes.
They posted as Sasquatch, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah. The Sasquatch at the end looked much more like a Planet of the Apes character than the first guy did. But I got to tell you, because it was AI, to me, nothing interesting about that clip. AI pisses me off at this point.
All right, well, I'm going to give you one more.
Oh,
and
boy.
we'll see what you think.
There we go. Let's see if we
I
can
just took
redeem
a
him.
shit in a human's tent while they were sleeping. Probably shouldn't have ate those spicy tacos. What the fuck was in that salsa?
This is a picture of me doing my
Spraying
Cologuard
mud all
test.
over a fucking place.
That is exactly how I filled my Cologuard kit.
Squatting over there.
That then sat on my porch for 36 hours in the sun.
Corn mingling with
That's where we want to
corn
end it.
mingling with Jelly Bells. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I got one more I could potentially show you guys, but I'm not sure how it's going to go over after those.
One more. I'm in it. I'm in. One more.
Yeah, ride or die, Cory.
All right.
For good or ill.
So
I promise Todd and I will laugh our asses off no matter what happens. I promise. Even if it's AI.
This is not AI.
Good.
And I'm going to laugh.
Yeah.
Before I even put the picture up on the screen here.
Yeah.
Over all these years, there's been a lot of talk of defunding police departments and getting rid of law enforcement. So this group of, I don't know if they're actors or they're just TikTok stars, but
one that I didn't send to you.
No.
You better fucking make it up to me next time, dude.
We'll see. But this group takes it to the next level. And again, being from law enforcement, I thought it was pretty hilarious.
I'll be the judge of that. Okay.
Here at Gen Z PD, we have disbanded the SWAT team. We don't support the patriarchy. That is why we have started the Tactical Women's Assault Team. The TWAT team consists only of the best Gen Z women the department has to offer.
It's the TWAT team.
We have had 0 uses of force. However, our on-duty vehicle collisions have increased massively, and violent crime is through the roof. Our TWAT team consists of me, Officer Lizzie, the liability Carter, and Captain Becky Beefer. When cops need help, we are who they call. We are the best of the best. A lot of you were calling our police department a joke in my last video, so I have one question for you. Who's laughing now?
Did anybody else catch the fact that in the opening scene, the very
Shit, 2 L's in police?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 L's. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Police.
Wasn't sure if anyone else caught that. All right.
Well, there you go. I guess we have different senses of humor. So. Oh, thank you, buddy.
All right, that's Sean's Cast for the week. On behalf.
Wait, Bob. Wait. Cory.
Yes, sir.
Class of 09.
No, I was class of 05.
No, that's the show. It's on FX.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I've definitely not seen that.
Which means you can stream it on Hulu.
Okay, perfect.
There you go. See, Bob?
Oh, now I see. All right. On behalf of Cory and Todd, this is Bob saying we'll see you next time. Please catch us out there on social media for any past episodes. Peace out.